Welcome to my passion project, the Wine Find Talks. This is where I share one wine that I love, why I love it, and then we taste it. So, let's talk. The wine I'm sharing with you today is the 2021 Boschendal Sommelier Selection Chenin Blanc from South Africa. You might not realize that wine has been part of the day-to-day lives of South Africans for more than 350 years. Much like Europe, they have a long history of wine. After all, Boschendal has been making wine continuously for more than 3 centuries. This wine pays tribute to the heritage of wine and food in South Africa. It's part of the Sommelier selection designed to go with food. In fact, the South African Sommeliers Association and Boschendal's executive chef on the estate worked together to create the range, which includes the Chenin Blanc. Initially, this wine was launched for restaurants only. Now you can buy it retail, which means you can buy a bottle and it might just elevate your home cooking experience to the level of restaurant quality. The texture, structure, and sheer drinkability of it make it fabulously food friendly, which is great for a wine that sells for about $15 in the US and just shy of $20 in Canada. So let's taste it. In the glass, classic Shannon Blanc. This is not, this is more straw than golden. Very pretty, very clear, very bright, so we know it's stable. The swirl. The legs are evident, showing there's a little bit, there's a little bit of body going on. It's not too light. And if you glance at the label, 13% alcohol. So we're talking about a medium-bodied wine, which is important for food because you don't want it to completely get lost when you sip it. Lovely. And on the nose. It's subtle, but it's expressive. And all those fragrances usually associated with stainless steel Chenin Blanc, which this one is, are there. Minerality, a little bit of pithiness, sort of like orange or grapefruit pith. Honeysuckle. Beautiful. A little bit of salinity too, sort of sea spray. So subtle but articulate and very, very pretty. Definitely coaxes you in. So on the palate. Immediately you know this is a food wine because there's body, there's depth, there's complexity, yes, but there's weight. And it's dry, it's bone dry. The thing with sugar is it can kind of coat the palate a little bit and it can interfere with food. A bone dry is better with food because it cleanses the palate, especially, of course, we're talking about savory meals here. You can pour sweeter wines with desserts, but better with, savory meals. This is the kind of wine I would love to pour with goat cheese fritters. Let's have a taste again. So crisp, so clean, and although there's that absolute linear quality, that zip, that vivaciousness, there's also breadth because it fills the mouth with flavor. It's quite palate drenching, and yet the flavors are vinous. They're not fruit forward, and everything we found on the nose is fluttering and lingering on the palate. So you're getting the citrus, but it's more like, it whispers toward lemon, and there's that pithiness too, which lends structure and texture to the wine. And there's fluttery notes of florals, but it's like lemon blossom and orange blossom. Very pretty, very bright. And at the very finish, my palate right now tastes like it's seasoned with sea salt. Fantastic. I'd also love to pour this with fish, grilled fish, yes, poached fish, yes, or mushroom omelets. And that is what I wanted to talk about.